The time to address them is not sometime in the future. The time is right now.
A 300-page report on a fire that killed 2 firefighters. It details gaps in communication and staffing, as well as substandard equipment. Hi everyone, I'm Jason Newton. Welcome to 11 TV Hill. Baltimore City's mayor and the city's 2 fire unions responded to the recently released report on a deadly Northwest Baltimore fire. 2 firefighters died trying to put out the flames at that home on Linden Heights Avenue. David Collins looked through that report and has details from the fire scene in Northwest Baltimore.
The fire location is now an empty lot. The 300-page investigative report cites several contributing factors to the firefighters' deaths. Everything from equipment failure to outdated training.
29, can you get out this way?
The fire department's incident review team finds firefighters battled a 1,000-degree inferno while short-staffed, using substandard equipment, with outdated training and a lack of knowledge of basic job functions.
You can't extinguish a house fire if you don't have enough people to do it. And we have been operating with 4-person crews for a long time.
Acting Captain Dylan Ronaldo and firefighter EMT Rodney Pitts died battling the Northwest Baltimore fire. It broke out in the afternoon of October 19, 2023 on Linden Heights Avenue. The report cites a catastrophic failure of both firefighters' breathing apparatus. Their air hoses failed less than 4 minutes into battling the blaze.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
The report revealed an auditory exclusion issue in communications. Only 2/3 of members heard the mayday call. Thermal imaging cameras, they said, were not utilized to their fullest potential. The cameras allow firefighters to see better through smoke.
My thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those loved ones. And I know that Chief Wallace and his team, and we have made significant investment into the infrastructure of the fire department to make sure that we can do everything possible to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
The report makes 82 recommendations. According to union officials, 20 have been addressed, but 44 critical life-saving ones have not.
And the time to address them is not sometime in the future. The time is right now.
And I'm joined now by WBAL-TV 11 News Investigates reporter David Collins. This was a lengthy report, a really technical report also. And as you read through, you find out it's classified as an accident, this fire.
Yes, but they did not go into detail about how they came to that conclusion.
Okay.
Why was it accidental?
Sure.
The report says the exact cause is undetermined. The report says contractors working at a home nearby spotted the fire and called for help. Now, 5 minutes after the first call, fire crews arrived on the scene. A mayday call went out. Command asked for more information. 17 seconds later, another emphatic mayday. Unfortunately, 2 members of the Baltimore City Fire Department lost their lives.
And we heard the mayor there saying that he had spoken with Chief Wallace, and he was saying that, listen, there's no wrongdoing on the part of these firefighters, but at the same time, there's a laundry list of things. I mean, you listed there, I think 30 or 40 some that need to be taken care of.
Well, the report includes a letter from James Wallace, the fire chief, stating there was no wrongdoing on the part of the Baltimore City Fire Department, but this report shows areas that need, or it states, significant progress, including dozens of recommendations.
Yeah, and about 44 items you're saying here?
Well, altogether, there were 82 recommendations.
Oh, wow.
And the fire department is saying that another 38 were concerning but less immediate. It the fire department, or the union, broke them down to 7 separate categories, from policy, command, and accountability to training, staffing, equipment, and others. Some of the major themes in the recommendations include incident command, training, mayday procedures, staff preparedness, and updates. And I just want to add one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
You know, the union question, why did it take so long, 2.5 years after the fire, to produce this report? And I don't think that they were being as critical as the length of time to put the report out, as much as why didn't they address every single one of the recommendations in the report?
Okay, some great reporting there, my friend. Thanks for coming by.